Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Big Wavy Roy Johnson here.
This is the professional Nathan Cruz.
Yo, this is Man Like Doris.
Hi, this is Tom Thurber.
This is Benji.
This is the Asian sensation Kanji.
This is the Nightmare Fuel Hassan Malone.
This is Joe Rage, the Heavyweight Classic.
This is Mad Dog O'Doherty.
This is Tonga.
I'm the Breaker, Carl Kingsley.
This is the infamous Cameron Solis, and you're listening
You're listening to
Broken but Glorious.
Broken but Glorious.
To Broken but Glorious podcast, because like me, you are head to toe a pro.
Hello and welcome to my Brit Rest Journey on bbgwrestling.com. I'm Chris Lappin. I'm delighted to be joined on the line by LK Mezinger. How are you doing this evening, LK?
Hi, I'm okay, thank you very much. I'm very good.
Yeah, huge thanks for joining me this evening.
No problem.
Yeah, so how's your day been? I just thought to have a nice...
It's been fine, not very eventful. I haven't really done much. Got a bit of a food shop in. That's pretty much it, though. Probably go to the gym after we do this, and then I'll probably be in bed. To be honest.
Yeah, I thought it was a brilliant idea. My brother texted me last night, said he couldn't come to the gym this morning, so I thought it'd be a brilliant idea to jog to the gym, then do 40 minutes late and try and jog back.
Oh yeah, I bet you regretted that immediately.
Yeah. I was all right, but jogging there. I went, I'll do 40 minutes. I think I did 20 minutes on weights. So I was like, I'm knackered.
Yeah.
I jogged for about 5 minutes, and I was like, I can't be bothered. But yeah, I'm not quite. Yeah, I've only started this couch to 5K about 5 weeks ago, so I'm not brilliant at jogging yet. And it's a bit different jogging on the road than it is jogging on
a treadmill.
Yeah, kills
it
my
is.
shins.
Yeah, I don't jog. I won't lie.
I started wrestling training in May, so I've just thought I'd do this couch to 5K just to try and get my cardio up a little bit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's a completely different beast, isn't it? Like in-ring cardio compared to like running cardio, I guess.
Yeah, I was just trying to get up to it.
It's good.
I thought I got up to like a half because I started going back. Like I had a bit of a mental health breakdown earlier in the year, and I kind of changed my mindset. So I thought I'll start looking after myself. I've lost like 2 stone. I started going to the gym, and so
great.
I thought I got up. I didn't begin the gym like 4 months. I thought I got up to a half decent level, but no, I wasn't wrestling fit at all.
The main thing is that you've dropped the weight, and I'm hoping you're in a bit of a better place now.
Yes, but
yeah, that's good to hear.
I think having them 3 months off work to just focus and,
to help you get your stuff in order, right? Like, it's good.
Yeah, I keep saying Salad was the best thing that ever happened to me. I think so it's completely changed my mindset on everything. So
yeah, that's great. That's great to hear.
Cool. So how's your 2022 been so far?
Interesting, very interesting. Obviously, Splits came out of retirement, so I'm very, very, very happy about that. Very over the moon. I don't know how he retired for 3 years and then came back even better.
Oh wow,
that's terrifying. But he has somehow, and it's just been an absolute joy just having him back and being around him again, and just having one of my best friends back on the scene has been absolutely lovely. So I'm really, really happy he decided to come back. So that's been like a really big highlight of the year for me. Obviously, like the country's still recovering from the pandemic and stuff, and where myself and Splits and like a few other of the boys are based, it's a bit few and far between with shows. Sometimes we've got to travel quite far to get the bookings and things, which is like nothing out of the norm for us, but because obviously costs are going up and things, it's been a bit harder for us to be as regular as we used to be. But at the same time, like I'm just grateful for any opportunity I get to wrestle, because I love it. I absolutely love it. So anybody who ever wants to like book us and have us just be on their shows, I'm always very, very, very happy to get that opportunity. So as far as I'm concerned, this year in that regard has been really good, because we're slowly getting back up to speed to where we were. So I'm really excited for the next year as well.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think everybody I spoke to is saying what an amazing year they've had this year. It's just
it's been interesting. It's been very interesting.
Yeah, I think coming out of lockdown, I think It seems to go out of two ways. People have got this amazing shape,
Mm.
or they really developed a new character and just built on other things. But having them 18 months seems to be amazing. So many people just like the rest of the body and kind of evaluate what's worked well. It hadn't worked well over the last couple of years.
I mean, I guess that's kind of what a 2-year pandemic kind of does. You just kind of sit around thinking the whole time and just waiting to be able to like get back to training or get back on shows or just be anywhere near like a wrestling ring, you know. So you do sit down. I definitely sat down for a long time and just thought about wrestling, about how I can do things different or how I can be different in myself or my character or my wrestling, anything like that. I do think, even though it sucked having that much time off, I do think it's kind of for the best in a way, because it definitely changed like my outlook and my approach to how I wrestle and just everything really. Like absolutely everything is it was a big eye opener, I think.
What were some of the tweaks you made to your character and to your moveset and stuff? So.
It wasn't even so much like that stuff. I think it was just my general kind of like outlook on how wrestling is and how fans perceive wrestling when they're at shows and what they see a lot of and what they don't see a lot of. I'm just trying to think of like ways where we can just do it differently and try to mix it up a bit without it being too out there or hard to understand, or stuff that just doesn't make sense in general. Do you know what I mean? Like and it was just a lot of just like kind of reflecting on the previous like 4 years of wrestling and kind of working out what I needed to kind of like switch up and look more in depth at, I think, is kind of the main gist of it for me.
Were there any matches or storylines meant to happen in 2020 that you're particularly looking forward to that couldn't happen? Or?
Oh God, do you know what? Probably. I can't really remember. I do remember that I had the most amount of bookings lined up for that year, and I was very excited to get going with them. And then 2 months in, we shut down. And I was like, okay, cool. It is what it is, I guess. As far as everyone else was concerned, it'll be 3 weeks and we'll be done, but it was 2 years. So
yeah, I remember leaving work and I'll see you in a few weeks.
Yeah, right. Like I remember that very last Attack show. I remember us all talking and everyone was making jokes, being like, "Oh, maybe this will be the last show ever," and it ended up being the last show ever. So it was kind of like that was kind of ironic in a way. Very sad, but looking back on it now, I do try to laugh just to like not feel so sad about it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I did like the first couple of months of lockdown because it went so quick. They hadn't figured out how to set our phone lines up from work to home, so I didn't have to talk to the public for 3 months. I was like,
oh God, yeah, I bet that was amazing.
Yeah.
my favorite thing about the initial like first stage of the lockdown was there was just no one anywhere. And I absolutely loved it because I was like walking like 5 miles a day at that point, so every time I'd go out it was like dead and empty, and I could just smash the walkout without knowing I'll like bump into anyone. They get slowed down by a friend or stopped or they're just being busy in general, you know, and to just go home. It was really good, and there was no traffic, which is the best thing ever. Yeah. But now everything's like, I want to say everything's back to normal, but if anything, it's busier than ever, I would say, because everybody's like trying to catch up over everything that they lost out on in the last like year and a half. Like I'm pretty sure like a lot of people are catching up on holidays like this month, the next month and stuff. So it's just like, it's just bizarre to see how busy normal life is at the moment compared to kind of what it was. And I don't know if it was always that busy and we just never took notice of it, or if it is actually busier. But part of me feels like that because we got used to seeing no one around and everyone is just stuck indoors, that maybe that whole period of our lives has just made it seem like normal day-to-day life is a lot more hectic than it actually is. So it's a very odd thing to live through, and it's not something I thought I would ever see in my lifetime. I think never entered my my mind. So that was I'm not saying I would want to do it again for the experience, but it was definitely an experience that I got to try and take a positive lesson from, I guess. Like, yeah,
Yeah, when we first came out of lockdown, we went so many wrestling shows. I think it's the kids just was having 18 months of no live wrestling. I think we just like, oh, there's a random free show in Wales. Should we just go to that?
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Odd.
I think we were at every TNT show. We went to every Wrestle Island show. We've went back into a routine of we do one show a month because it was getting stupidly expensive to
Yeah, I bet.
load so many shows. But
Yeah.
it's like, but yeah.
Yes, I feel like because obviously the lockdowns are like staggered and stuff. Hey, are you still there? You frozen? Are you back?
Oh,
He's back. Yeah, you were real frozen then. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I feel like
oh no,
because the lockdowns are staggered between like Wales and England, right?
Mhm.
And it was very bizarre because one week we'd be like free to roam the lands, the other week we wouldn't be, and then England would be. I still feel like because there's obviously been a lot more wrestling in England as opposed to Wales. Wales only really had like, in terms of like promotions that people like really spoke about, is literally like Dragon Pro and Attack, I guess.
Yeah.
There's obviously like there's a very small group of like promotions that run in the valleys, but they didn't even exist before the lockdown.
No.
I feel like Wales is still recovering from the pandemic in terms of like the Welsh wrestling scene.
Yes, I'm sure Britannia have only had 2 shows since I think.
Modern Nomad have only run 2 shows in Cardiff since then. Yeah. The first one was meant to happen in January, but then we got slapped with like a short-term lockdown, so we had to push that to February. And then there was just a couple of like logistical things. We were meant to run again in April. I can't remember why we had to pull that show, but we did. And then it just happened that the way we planned the year out, that the next one didn't land until July, which then we had to postpone to the weekend that just went past. So we went like a full 6 months without being in Cardiff. There's been other shows in Cardiff, like the Defend tournament was in Cathays in the middle of that as well, which was great. Oh no, that was last year actually. Oh my god, I'm losing track of time. That was November.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Defend have ran in. They did the Defend tournament in Cathays anyway, which was like a really sick 2 days. But other than that, like besides the like the little like Valleys independents, like Slam Masters and Carnage, and like I think there's another one called Valleys Championship Wrestling and stuff. Besides that, like I don't think anyone's really touched Cardiff. Tell a lie. Creation have been running in Cardiff a lot. Billy's been doing a really good job at Creation. I don't know how I even forgot that. They've run a few shows, but they run in Revs now. I think they were running in the Angel Hotel, but he's been absolutely smashing that. So at least there's that there going alongside the rest of it. I think now, especially since after the pandemic as well, I think all of these like little Welsh promotions and like including us when we run in Cardiff and stuff, we all just want to work together and make everything as healthy as possible and have like no weird like promotional grudges that you sometimes hear about. Like I'd rather just like associate myself with absolutely everybody, because then we just help everything grow back up. Do you know what I mean? And help everything grow and be good and everyone's happy and everyone gets to work. Like is ultimately it, isn't it? So yeah, that's kind of, I went on a ramble then, bro. Sorry. That's kind of like the state of Welsh wrestling at the moment. It's still recovering, but it's getting better and it's getting there, I think.
That's, I think in North Wales, I think Britannia's only done 2 shows since, and I'm sure Fusion have only done.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
A handful of shows as well.
Yes, like there's a really big disconnect between the north and the south of Wales, like a huge one. I have no idea what's going on up there. I don't even know who runs or wrestles up there besides maybe like Welsh Wrestling when they run like a few of their family shows and town shows up there, you know. But yeah, I hear about nothing in the north of Wales. It's weird. It's really strange.
Yeah, Britannia run from Denby all the way over to like something like the bit of like Buckley and some bit of into England found there. But yeah, to like Will, just right across the top. Dude.
Yeah. Okay. That's wild. I should really clue myself up on that.
Yeah, Britannia are really good. Yes.
Yeah, I'll have a look into it. It's cool. Okay, cool. I've learned something. I like it.
That was one of the 3 shows we went to. We went to one in Wrexham. We went to one in Pennyford. Like it was just yeah.
It's just getting the shows and enjoying it when you can, isn't it? Like at that time especially.
I think we went to like 10 shows in 6 weeks or something. It's just
That's wild.
let's just go. Let's do
That's
that.
mad. Oh my God. Wow.
Cool. So talking of Cardiff, so Cardiff, so 4th of September, Tramshed, TNT Extreme Wrestling, Rain of Fire. So how did you get involved with TNT?
Let me think. I think Jay messaged me once, and I think that's pretty much it. I think he was using, and he still is using Nico Angelo, and he uses Nico Angelo a lot. And at the time, I think Nico was literally just going up on the bus on his own. And I think he mentioned to Jay that he could easily just kind of chuck me and Elijah in a car with him, and we could kind of like go up. And even if it was just like hang out and stuff. And off the back of that, he offered Elijah the Rumble date as well, but I think he was kind of nursing a shoulder injury at the time, so he's been a bit careful. And then it was just from that Rumble really, kind of did the Rumble, and then they booked me for the Scramble, which was
the 6 Scramble.
I really enjoyed that. That was really fun. And then it was
how many pinfalls can you fit into 20 minutes?
Oh my God!
I think it was about 12.
Honestly, one of the more stressful time limit based matches I've been in. I think, for real.
Was it 6? Was it 7 guys? 7 guys.
I think
minutes,
it was 7 of us. Yeah, and it was a 20-minute time limit, and then it was literally whoever got that very last pinfall won. Unfortunately, it was Tom Thelwell, I believe.
Thelwell.
Yeah. That rascal.
That was a great match. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was very fun. It was very, very fun. Then after that one, I wrestled, I fought Tom, Extreme Fields. Yeah, last year. And that was the last time I was at TNT, I think. Yeah, I think it was. And now I get to batter Kings of the North alongside my best friend Spliss McBins. So it's all kind of, it's definitely been worth the wait. Definitely been worth the wait.
Tell us a bit about the history of BOWL-A-RAMA and how you met us.
Wow. But funnily enough, I think Splits debuted 6 years ago this week, I think it was. And then not long after that, I came along and started managing him. And then we wormed our way into Attack as a tag team. We had apparently CCK had a bit of a problem with that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I know. And then they blew up my bowling alley, and that was really upsetting. So we took their belts in a legal wrestling manner. We didn't steal them. We beat them for them. So they got what they deserved. But then they recruited the Hunter brothers, and we had a problem with the Hunter brothers, and that went on for a year.
I still think they're so underrated, the Hunter brothers. I can't believe NXT UK never signed them up. Just even if they just wanted it to work with the younger guys.
Unreal, right? Like they, out of everyone, like I think they're definitely the most criminally underrated, not just like tag team, but just like wrestlers in the country. I think, and it just blows my mind how they haven't had more massive opportunities. Like I don't understand how Lee at least. Lee now because Jim retired, but like I don't understand how Lee wasn't on the Progress tapings with us. That blew my mind. I don't understand how Lee isn't doing more everywhere. Really, like he's unbelievable. He can do everything, and he just goes in, smashes it, beats whoever he wants, and leaves. And you can never predict his moveset as well, which is the worst. Like you try wrestling Lee Hunter, you never know what he's going to do because he just does everything. So there's absolutely no way to like think ahead of time about how you're going to beat Lee Hunter, because Lee Hunter will do something else no matter what you think of. He'll just do whatever he wants. And then you're like, okay, I've lost against Lee Hunter again. This is great. Like, so you can't study Lee because he'll do whatever he wants to. Yeah, they were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, they're one of them teams I wish I could have seen live. I've seen them loads on YouTube and stuff. I've never had to see them live, but that's so good.
Unreal. But yeah, we went from that to so I'll start from the beginning again because I will ramble a lot and you will have to edit a lot of what I say out. Sorry, because I will just talk shit. So me and Splits started an attack in 2016 roughly. Within our we took to it like ducks to water. Within the first 3 matches, we'd taken the belts, I believe, because apparently we're just that damn good. Professional bowlers turning professional wrestlers good enough to take some tag team championships is it just makes perfect sense in my mind. Absolutely perfect sense.
Yeah.
We did that. I think we won the attack tag titles twice. I won the attack 24/7 championship once whilst we were holding the tag belts as well. From there we just kind of went around the country working wherever we could, trying to spread the good name of professional bowling and BOWL-A-RAMA, really. Also trying to fund rebuilding the bowling alley because it was still in ruin after CCK blew it up with explosives, real explosives. It was awful. I've never been so distraught in my life. And then that kind of filtered over through to my little mini losing my mind and then thinking that Splits was the enemy and then turning on him and unfortunately retiring him, which was the worst. Oh. Now I look back and it is the worst thing I've ever done, and I never want to do that again ever. So after that's been the very, very condensed, very small little ball of BOWL-A-RAMA, because I honestly the amount of matches we had together and I can't remember all of them, but the big moments I remember because they were traumatizing. And at the core of it is always Chris Brooks. He's always there. Wow. Just in the center of all of these horrible little moments of BOWL-A-RAMA's career. So he's just the catalyst to it all. So if I ever see him again, he's safe in Japan right now. But if I ever see him again, I think I'm going to have to hold Splits back because I think Splits might batter him.
He's having too much fun wrestling on water slides and stuff. From what I've seen.
As much as I have this animosity towards Chris Brooks because of everything he did to us, I am very jealous that he gets to figure 4 leg lock people down water slides in Japan. I won't lie, that does look like a lot of fun. But he blew up my bowling alley, and I can't ever forgive him for that, unfortunately. So he's gonna one day he'll see me again one day, and he will feel the full wrath of myself and Splits McPins and my new friend Bob. Bob will kill him.
So it's got to be a clash of styles. Is it?
Between
the North,
between us and Kings of the North.
All about,
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, it's always going to be a clash of styles, no matter who we wrestle, because we are just professional bowlers and not professional wrestlers. So it'll be interesting. I think once it comes down to it, though, the Kings of the North will realize that they've been incorrectly calling themselves kings for God knows how long, because they haven't actually met us and fought us for the title of kings. And we left bowling as the kings of bowling, and we entered wrestling, and we've been calling ourselves, very quietly, mind you, the kings of wrestling since we started. And as far as I'm concerned, that's way cooler than the North. It's a very general term. We're the kings of all wrestling, not just the North, as the boys say. So as far as I'm concerned, they don't know what they're in for. They don't even know what type of a temperament Bob and Splits have on them. I can't control either of them, Bob's his own man. Split is an absolute animal. So I'm looking forward to absolutely smashing them in, but I'm also not looking forward to seeing what both Bob and Splits do to them, because it might be quite scary. I'm gonna have to cover my eyes, to be honest.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
TNT have just announced the World Championship match. So it's going to be Dan Maloney versus Brendan White.
Ooh,
that's going to be fun.
Ooh, that's 2 big hunks of meat, that is.
It is.
Oh boy.
That's gonna be a great match.
Yeah, that's gonna be murder death. That is. I can't wait for that. Whew.
Yeah, I watched. He's been a great champion, Dan Maloney, I think, for TNT.
Yeah.
His match against Adam Maxed and Dean Allmark in January was a great triple threat.
Yeah, I managed to watch some of that. I managed to get a hold of some of the clips, and from what I saw, it looked unreal. Unreal. Like, Dan is just top tier, I think, as well as like Allmark.
I've
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'd only seen Dean Allmark at All Star, so I don't think he's ever seen super kid friendly. Dean Allmark, he's hilarious. So seeing him take some of them moves and get thrown onto the guardrail and then doing somersaults off the top of the stairs, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Bleeding. It was crazy.
Dino's a completely different animal in himself as well. Like he's a very surprising person to watch wrestle, I think.
Yes, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's very good.
So I interviewed Tyler Adams, who seems to be his test dummy for all his new moves he seems to come out with.
Oh, poor guy. Good.
So I was convinced it was going to be Jay Joshua because he's been announced for the show, but they haven't put him in a match. They haven't announced his match yet. So I thought that was going to be the match. But,
yeah.
But,
interesting to see
means
who
we
he
get
has. I can't even think of who he would have. Interesting. Yeah, I got nothing.
But yeah, it's going to be good. Then you got Wales' own Nico Angelo, who's taking on Tom Felwell for the Ultra X Championship. So,
I have every faith in Nico to absolutely batter Tom Felwell, and I'm going to ask him to do it for me because I owe Tom Felwell a few because he's beaten me twice now, and I'm not a fan of it. I can't even say that he cheated because he didn't. I'm just mad about it, to be honest. So I'm gonna ask Nico to give him one for me, I think.
Tom Felwell's stupidly good for being I think he's only 19.
Yeah,
so,
he's young. He's really young. I think I think he's like 9. He might be 20.
Maybe. He might be 20. I think he's just turned 18 when I interviewed him in 2020. So yeah, so he might be just 20 now. But
yeah.
God knows what he's gonna be like when he's 24, 25. If he sticks
hopefully 6 feet under. Tom Felwell. I'll get him one day. I don't know when or how or where, but one day I'll get him. I will. I just like to make
Nico's brilliant as well.
Yeah, Nico's unreal. I would just like to make a disclaimer that I don't actually want Tom Felwell to literally die. I just got beef with Tom Felwell for beating me. I'm not happy with it.
Also got Scotty Rourke versus Mark Haskins. She's got to be a sick match. They've been feuding all year over the Ultra X Championship, and then Tom Felwell swooped in and cashed in his briefcase.
Of course he did.
But yeah,
he just can't. I'm half expecting him to get involved in our match against Kings of the North. He just can't seem to keep his nose out of everybody's business at Tom Felwell. Oh, he better not, I swear.
Well, everyone was looking forward to when he was going to him and Cameron were like the two biggest faces on Ignition. So everyone was like, "Oh, when's this going to happen? When's he going to cash in?" And then he just swooped in and took the Ultra X Championship. So I was like, "Ooh, this is interesting."
Yeah, it's very sly. He knows what he's doing. He's a very calculated individual, I think. Yeah. He knows to pick his battles.
Yeah, but Scotty Rourke versus Mark Haskins is gonna be sick. I can't remember. I saw it in January. I saw Mark Haskins for the first time live. It was like, it was him. It was I'm sure it was meant to be Scotty Rourke versus Robbie X. But Scotty Rourke couldn't come, so then it turned into Robbie X versus Mark Haskins, and then it was like, and then Robbie X got injured halfway through the match, so it turned into Mark Haskins versus LJ Cleary. So that was a pre-match as well.
Mad. I remember hearing about that. That was insane. That was actually mental. That match between Scotty Rourke and Mark Haskins is going to be very, very good, though. It's going to be very, very good.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to the entire show.
Yeah.
It's going to be very, very, very good. I think the whole day is stacked just in that one venue. like it's going to be unreal for everybody that like buys tickets to both shows. It's going to be very, very sick. But they should definitely make sure to get tickets to TNT as well, so they can watch me and Splits absolutely cane Kings of the North. Yeah,
they've announced that it's got Jetta and Charlie Morgan, the Royal Aces, are going to be at the show, but they haven't announced their match yet. But they've also announced Lizzie Evo and Angel Hayes are going to be the Live Birds are going to be there. So I'm guessing that could be the tag team championship match. They haven't announced it yet. And there's a VIP meet and greet with Mark Haskins, Dan Maloney, Alexis Falcon, Lizzie Evo, Tom Farewell, your favourites.
No, take it back. Take it back.
Angel Hayes. Yeah, great professional photo opportunities with all these talents. And yeah, Alexis Falcon, the women's champion. I'm guessing she's going to have a match on the show as well. Not been announced yet, but it's an amazing show. I wish I could get to Cardiff next weekend.
It is stacked. It is stacked. It's a shame that like the hotels and everything cottoned on to the WWE pay-per-view, really, because apparently the prices for hotels are through the roof. Through the roof, which is very it's a shame. It is a shame, but I guess it's just business.
Yeah, my friends traveling down to watch Clash of the Castle. Yeah, but they had to come back the same night because they just couldn't find anywhere to stay. Also,
yeah, I'm not surprised. Horribly priced. I saw some of the prices for like the I think it's some of the like ticket and hotel packages, and they were just like unreal expensive when they popped up, and I was like, wow. Wow, I'm glad I only live like an hour away from the city. Because God, no way. I don't know. Like I really respect wrestling fans who are that committed to paying that kind of a price for like not just like a general ticket and a hotel, but like front row tickets and like all the other stuff that goes alongside it. You know, it's really something that I couldn't bring myself to do with my wallet, to be honest.
Yeah, I saw people like quoting like £1,200, £1,100 for tickets. Really, that's it.
Wild, right? Like, yeah. I
like WWE, but I don't like £1,200 for one ticket. WWE.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
I know the booking it's historic. It's only the first time in 30 years. But
yeah. But still, it's very, very pricey.
Definitely. Yeah, so that's the Sunday, 4th September, Tramshed in Cardiff, TNT Extreme Wrestling, Reign of Fire. It should be an amazing show. So, yeah, ticket information will be in the description below the interview. So, but before we go, do you want to promote any social media or any upcoming events you've got planned? Or?
You can just follow myself and Splits on both Twitter and Instagram. My @ is LK Mezinger. It's literally just that, and that's spelled LKMEZINGER. I gotta check Splits's because I can't remember if he uses an underscore. Let me have a quick look. Nope, he doesn't. I'm a fool. No. You can follow Splits on Twitter @ SplitsMcPins, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be the same on Instagram. But again, I never know with him. He's an absolute wild card. And on Instagram he's Splits_McPins. I think that's because he forgot the password to his original Splits McPins account, and that does not have an underscore. We're also on We also have a tag team page on Facebook, which is literally just under BOWL-A-RAMA, if you want to search that. And we got our new shirts on sale on our Big Cartel store, which is literally just bowlarama.bigcartel.com. Yeah, so and they're really nice. I really like them. They're probably my favorite shirt design we've released. I think if we find any old shirts, I don't know if we got anything left, but if I do find any, I'll chuck them up as well as like just get them when you can kind of thing.
Oh, amazing.
But if we do have any, I have no idea where they would be. Like absolutely no idea. They'll be somewhere, but I have no clue where. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much socials and stuff. Please make sure to follow Splits more than me, because when he retired, he deleted all of his socials, and I would love it if he had more followers, because that would be very cool for him, because he is
amazing.
An exceptional. He's an absolutely exceptional bowler, and he's also a very exceptional professional wrestler, both tag team and singles. And I think soon enough, now that he's back and now that he's grinding, and we're hopefully going to get around more places, I think people are going to see how unreal he actually is, because he is unreal. He'll hate me for saying it, but he is like spectacularly good. So please follow him over me. If you're going to choose one of us, please choose him.
Yeah, I'll put links in the description below the interview. So I've really enjoyed speaking today. I'd love to have you on again in the future.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll get Splits along when he's not like doing whatever he's doing.
Yes.
Cool. Sick.